Yep.
I didn't know how to use this in the show, but then after so like just spin it, and I just dropped the shit. Like this. Like that. You watch that was I didn't sit long enough. I guess here handle can go past. Oh yes. This is happening.
One more time. You're good.
But even that one, look. What are you doing? Yeah. That's pretty sick.
This is Alan Bishop, head alchemist at Spirits of French Lick. Be on the lookout for our brand new bottled and bond Solomon Scott rye whiskey. Made from a mash composed of 65% rye, 35% corn, and 5% victory malt. This 5-year-old 100 proof rye whiskey is a throwback to early 1800s style rye whiskeys of the Ohio Valley. Named after the legendary Daisy Spring Mill distillery owner turned moonshiner Solomon Scott of Paoli, Indiana. Remember, drink responsibly and never drink and drive.
Sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
All right, let's start again.
See if it works. You're like an old man there.
We don't have Hannah here who can fill a thief in seconds and then fill everybody's glass.
Are you going to edit out that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need a cup? Oh, you got a cup.
Hold on.
So I'm here with the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're tasting
Great.
barrel number 3,
Yep.
which is a 7-year bourbon, 80% corn, 8% rye, 12% malted barley, 112.2. If these guys can handle that kind of stuff, I'm not sure they can.
We may not be able to handle it.
Nice.
We got the official Scotchy Bourbon Boy Whiskey Thief here.
Yeah. You're really going to skip me?
Good.
And we skipped him.
We are.
So rude.
Hey, you know what? It's tough to be on top.
And this is an impromptu video. We didn't plan this, right?
No,
We
right.
planned
We
this.
were just down to visit.
I didn't. No
No.
planning.
Negative.
We're here on a Friday afternoon in Franklin County, Kentucky.
Cheers. Well, describe what
let's
you
do
do at Whiskey Thief. I mean, we're thieving with the thing, but you guys have an experience that's unlike any other. So,
Oh yeah, I thought you meant what I do, which is mostly email, pay bills, and drink some whiskey. But what the company does is,
Right.
so we invite people in to drink straight from the barrel, uncut and unfiltered, the way nature intended it to be, at the barrel strength. So we don't add anything, proof it down, do whatever. Sometimes the barrels are good, sometimes the barrels are okay, because barrels are always going through upturns and downturns, and the flavor's always changing based on the temperature, barometric pressure, and humidity. So we've had a little bit of a kind of a humid, warm spell in Kentucky in the last, just since Derby really, which was last week, and all the whiskeys have changed. So since the last time I've tasted this one, I'm sure the flavor has probably changed since then. So,
and it's unique. I mean, the experience you've got over here, you've got 4 barrels, and then over there you got 5. People come in, and if you don't like one,
that's right.
there's another one there for you. You've got
That's right.
rye and
And if you like one, you can fill your own bottle straight out of the barrel.
And you can fill.
Seal it up. Take
You
it
can do
with you.
a 375
You can
or
do
a
a 375 or a 750.
Yeah, which I think is awesome because
It's
last week I filled a bottle of number 4 that's no longer here,
That's right.
and that bottle was delicious.
Yeah.
So that's-
Well, you can never get it again.
exactly, it's done,
It's one of a kind.
one and done. Yep.
Yeah, but you can't hold on to that because every time I've come down out of the barrels
There's
you
a
have
good
to
one.
choose, there's a good one.
Yes.
So you bring that and you drink that, and the next time you're going to drink a different barrel because that's how single barrels work, right?
That's exactly right.
And that number 5 rye over there is really good. It's got
And,
a good.
and there are times where I'll come in, and the number 2 will be the hot barrel for a week or two, and then all of a sudden it's okay, but 4 comes on, and 4 will be really great. And it's all has to do with the weather and how the barrel is processing that whiskey at that moment.
But I honestly, I don't think there's any other place out there with this business profile where everything you do is a single barrel.
Yes.
And it's like there's distilleries that have all their whiskeys, but they have a single barrel program.
Yep.
Eventually, you might have a small batch program and all single barrels. Who knows? But
Who knows?
Well, and the reality is, and we know this, if you go buy a single barrel from a group, it's going to be a process. Time.
Right.
They may take 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Who knows how
Yeah.
long? This is a thing that if you like it today, you're barreling it.
That's right.
You're putting it in a bottle and taking it home.
That's right. Yeah.
And what's that value, right?
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to wait.
Yep.
You don't have to wait for it to
Yep.
be bottled. It's bottled by you. You get to taste them and whatever, and walk home with that
That's right.
pick.
Yep.
In fact, that was the thing that kind of inspired this. Although the former owner was kind of doing something very much like this, but when I came down here the first time and I saw what he was doing, I had been not long before that invited to a barrel pick at Four Roses,
Yeah.
and Al Young was there, and I'm like, this is the single greatest experience
Right.
a human can have in whiskey and bourbon, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, so I think we've kind of democratized that. We've made it available to lots of people.
You've made it more mainstream to what people
Yeah.
want because
Exactly.
not everybody can be a part of the barrel pick. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
What chance do you have to walk in tomorrow as Joe Blow or Sandy and pick from a barrel and say, I like that one,
That's
I want
right.
that one? It
You got to
doesn't
know
happen.
somebody.
Exactly.
You got to know somebody in the industry,
Yep.
Distributor, retailer, somebody.
This is a chance that doesn't matter who you are. You walk in here and you like it. It fits your palate. You can take it home with you.
That's up for that.
That's awesome. Cheers.
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 Cheers. Plus, if you have a group and you want to come down, and it's like, it's funny because barrel picking groups come in here all the time, I'm sure. We just experienced
Yes,
the whole
bachelor
group. They come,
parties.
they show up, and they're all tasting. And let's just say you're part of the barrel.
Come for lunch, eat the steak sandwich. Come on,
you
I'm
go.
fat. It's a good recommendation.
There you go.
There you go.
But that barrel pick, like if you come down, like and everybody picks a barrel at another distillery, you all pick the same one. Everybody might not have
Yeah.
been on board, but here, if you're not on board for what everybody else is
Yeah.
picking, you got something. So everybody leaves happy.
Your own stuff.
That bachelor party or that 50-year-old birthday party that's going on, literally they could all choose one of 5 different barrels. They could
That's
say,
right.
hey, I like that one better. Done.
Absolutely.
So, I think that's awesome.
All right.
Hey, got to get here. It's 20 minutes out of Frankfurt and
right next door to Buffalo Trace.
literally
Right over.
and,
Right
and,
on
ex-
564.
and an experience that is like no other. I was here last Friday. I'll probably be here next Friday. So if you can't get here, I don't know what you're doing, but it's worth calling off sick for.
I did today. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, Scotchy Bourbon Boys, Tiny here to tell you about Log Still Distillery. Log Still Distillery is forging new roads for generations to come at their old Kentucky home by bringing bourbon back to Gethsemane. Guided by Wally Dant and cousins Lynn and Charles Dant, Log Still is firmly built on faith and family. They fill each bottle with respect while honoring the history of bourbon and their family itself, ever mindful that faith, family, community, and bourbon paved the way for future generations. They invite you to visit them in Gethsemane. Sure, you'll find a lot that's shiny and new, but what you'll feel is something deep and soulful. Visit them also on the web at www.logstilldistillery.com.
We were at one of the local liquor. Yeah, we were at one of the local liquor places. Low bar inside.
Probably Capital Cellars.
That may have been. And just sat down at the bar and started talking.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And he said, "You got a bourbon wall." So I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." And she had some of this stuff in the bar.
Yeah.
Great. We separated. Met back up at another bar that night. He goes, "Just in case I read it."
You're live.
I will say I
Wait a
have
minute.
a friend.
He's
that
done
splits their
surgery on-
time and
Oh.
goes to the
I mean,
Bourbon
like
Beyond
Red Sox
Louisville.
players. He's
Whiskey Thief.
He was just
Cigar.
trophies and the
Look at this guy.
president of the Red
It's like a
Sox.
fucking smoking freight train.
Sent me a picture.
Like,
of
I
that.
don't
It's
listen
like
to
it was.
music at all anymore.
I'm a big fan.
Yes.
Ken is one of my.
And I love that
I-
you put the right
I-
end
King
into the
Griffey Jr.
glass.
It's one of my favorite all-time.
I got pissed.
It would have been funnier had you.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
Hey, Scotchy Bourbon Boys fans, this is Alan Bishop, Indiana's alchemist of the Black Forest. So I'm tuning in here today to tell you all about the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute channel on YouTube. If you're at all interested in the art of distilling, whether it be home distilling or professional distilling, and the intense geekery that goes into that process, then check out the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. I promise you're going to learn something you didn't know before about the arts.